that they are violating you on purpose. And they do this to steal your joy. They steal your joy on purpose by crossing your boundaries because they know everybody deserves privacy and they don't have any joy in their lives. They are miserable, they're insecure, and their only joy comes from seeing other people sad and miserable and unhappy. That's what makes them feel better about themselves. So they cross your boundaries on purpose. They do that to steal your joy. Uh they may know that you have a hobby or you have something that you're working on that you just might not want to share with anybody. You might just, you might have a couple of projects that you like to do, some new hobbies, some new interests that you're into that you just want to keep that to yourself because that makes you happy. They know that they sense that that thing is making you happy. And that is exactly why they're going to cross your boundaries about that very thing. They're going to make up an excuse to get close to you. They're probably going to come to you with a sob story because they know that you're a good person and you have a kind heart and you have empathy. So you'll feel bad for them. So they're going to use any and every fucking excuse in the book. I'm depressed from work. I have this problem going on in my relationship. Uh, any fucking thing. I haven't been getting enough sleep. What fucking ever. They're going to make up an excuse to get close to you by playing the victim. And then when they get close to you, because they see that you know how to bring yourself joy, you know how to find joy out of life, that one thing that they know brings you joy, they're going to cross that boundary and start asking you a bunch of questions about it, probably rummaging through your things, just really invading your personal space, being weird and creepy. And that's one thing that I've learned about the narcissists is they are fucking creepy. Narcissists are creepy ass fucking people. If you've ever gotten that weird, creepy feeling around somebody who won't stop asking you questions that you clearly don't want to answer, or they bring up things that you don't bring up, and then when you continue to try to change the subject, they still talk about it, that's a narcissist. That's a creepy person. I have come to realize how creepy and disgusting fucking narcissists are. They don't mind making you uncomfortable. That's fun for them. Making you squirm is fun for them. When they see that they've crossed your boundaries, when they see that you have been made to feel uncomfortable, that makes them very happy. They like that. They feel like they've succeeded at that point. Um yeah. And on your end, you're going to feel drained. You're going to feel confused, discombobulated. You're just and the saddest part of all is you're not going to be interested in those things that bring you joy anymore. That's probably the most sad thing about it. And you know, I guess all I can say to that is try to at least journal to get those feelings out because you got to get the feelings out. So get those feelings out and then still continue on with your hobbies. Don't let them stop you from doing things that bring you joy and happiness. And finally, when you see that the narcissist has done this to you repeatedly, don't gaslight yourself. Do not gaslight yourself. And always remember that this is the kind of person that they are. Remember that for next time. If you happen to have to be around them, if you don't have a choice, like say you're married to this person, you know, or say you live by this person or live with this person, you know, don't forget how they are treating you, because you need to get a plan to get away from them. But if you forget how they have treated you, how they intentionally steal your joy, how they intentionally cross your boundaries, if you forget this, you will make excuses to continue to be with them. You'll make excuses to stay with them. And eventually, guess what's going to happen when you make those excuses? When you make excuses and you're like, okay, well, they did that last month, last week, a couple of weeks ago, months ago, whatever, even days, whatever. Right when you give them the benefit of the doubt, they're going to do that again. They're going to do that again. Uh, and finally, one thing I want to say is I saw on a YouTube channel a post of a girl. She exposes like the rich family life or whatever. And it's something that I've always known. I don't come from money, but I've always known this. I think a lot of people know this. All people probably know that money can solve a lot of problems. And she said, if you have a problem that money can fix, it's not a problem, it's an expense. And I completely fucking agree with that. Like, that is why it's so important to not rely on people financially. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how much they say they got your back or anything like that. Never rely on people financially. Do not do that, because these people are usually narcissists that want you to rely on them financially so they can cross your boundaries and steal your joy. And your joy is worth more than you not working or being taken care of financially. It's worth more than that. Um so yeah, um get your own money, because these narcissists, they will use money to violate you. That's the price you pay to be financially dependent on somebody, which is usually a narcissist. They use money to violate you. They use money to violate you. That's the price you pay to be financially dependent on the narcissist, is your violation of your boundaries, your joy being stolen, robbed from you. That's the price that you pay. So, whatever ambition you have to make money, do it, work on that, devise a plan, put that plan into action, whatever it is, job, career, whatever. Devise a plan, put that plan into action, because if you don't, you will continuously be violated. And if you watch some of my other videos about narcissism, you you should, because I discuss the end game for the narcissist, and it's not good for you. They want you to be sick. They probably want you dead. They probably want you dead. They want you to be sick, dead, or struggling, because that's really going to bring them joy, to see you struggling, to see you, once if you die because of them, that's like the complete ultimate narcissistic supply for them. You dead. So they can always brag and make lies about what they did for you and how good they were to you. That is the complete ultimate narcissistic supply, because they will know that they did that to you and that makes them feel strong and powerful. That's probably, I've always wondered why narcissists like kill people, you know, like Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump and all these politicians and all these other evil people in history and in the world. I've always wondered why they do that. It's because they can tell lies about you after you're gone, about how good they were to you, about how they were trying to help you and you were such a downtrodden person and they did everything they could for you. But really, everything they did was to their benefit. That's why you are dead and they're not. Okay. Yeah, that's why you know that that's really what that is about. Um if you want to live a long life, get away from the fucking narcissist and be very serious about it, because they will tell lies about you when you're gone and they will be the good guy in the story. Okay? They're not going to be the bad guy in the fucking story. And if they were so good, you wouldn't want to get away from them the way that you do. Because if you're watching this video, you want to get away from them. And I know you do. Um, yeah. So that is their end game for you. Stealing your joy is just part of the process. That's part of the process of them robbing you of your life force and your energy, having access to you and stuff like that. So, number one, probably stop giving them access to you. That's number one. Stop giving them access to you, your body, your house, whatever. Stop giving them fucking access to you. If you can't help but they have access to you, figure out some kind of way to organize your life to where you only have access to those most precious things that bring you joy. So, I hope this helps. Get away from the narcissist. Get away from the narcissist. Because the end game for you will not be good. It will not be pretty. You're gonna be sick. You're gonna be dead. Um, or you're just gonna be struggling and downtrodden. That's the three things that they want for you: struggling, downtrodden, sick, or dead. Those things. And it starts when they start stealing your joy and crossing your boundaries. So it's very important to take access away from them and be serious about it. And I recommend getting a journal so you can write it down and remember it. Okay, you guys, be safe.